our guys came out and played really, really hard today. Obviously I thought Darius had a great impact on the game, and he's been getting better and better, and putting him into the starting lineup I think really helped our group. I think one of the biggest keys was Dominic McCoy. We've been really on Damo and trying to show him what he was like last year compared to what he's been like this year, and I thought he played the way he played last year. His energy really sparked us, and I thought he did a great job. I thought Tyshawn Powell did a great job coming off the bench for us as well. I thought it was really just a great team win. Jordan Stevens sharing the ball. The thing that is concerning is, I say it all the time, is our youth. We're such a young team, and we see it every single day in practice. We see it every day in film session. We see it in walkthroughs, and we see it in games. Whether we win or lose, the youth just keeps creeping up on us. And today it was the turnovers. Today it was time and score situations. It's again, it just keeps coming back to experience and getting these guys experience. And the main focus has to be to keep focusing on getting better every day. We're disappointed with our non-league record right now, but it is what it is, and our focus has to be on getting better, especially as we get into Atlantic 10 play right now. And with a young group, every day is an experience. Every day is, getting these guys to understand what it's like to play at this level.
Was this kind of a bounce-back game for the front court after the Eastern Shore game?
Well, you know what? Against Maryland Eastern Shore, the forwards scored a little. They were both everybody was 2 for 2. Okay. I think it was more defensively. I think it was a bounce back more for our program, like to finish a game. I thought we played well in spurts against Maryland Eastern Shore. I thought they were a very good team, and they made more plays than we did. But I think it was whether changing up and starting Darius motivated Ty. I thought LG Gill played well again today. Like he's getting involved more. I think as a team, it's just we got to play another game, which is so important for this group, is to play another game so that we can keep improving and getting better. But even today, we had big turnovers. We had an opportunity to put this game away by 10, and yet didn't. We allowed them to come back and make it a 2-possession game. And that we have to learn not to do that. And again, I think that's a lot of our youth. Some of it's experience in the front court with the front court fouling or turning the ball over, trying to make a pass without faking. These little things like that are really important.
But you got better front court scoring this
Oh, no doubt, the scoring-wise, yeah. But I didn't think it was our front court that, really hurt us in the UMES. I think it was our defense overall. But, yeah, if our front court plays like that, to get the points, rebounds, and block shot total, that's huge for us. And then we can be a pretty good team. We could score 80 points if we play like that.
Darius mentioned that the conditioning was something that he's really noticed since Summer League, but now in the last 5-6 games he's starting to get some more minutes. When did you notice that affect him, and how's that affected him as he's got a little more playing time?
You know what, Darius, and it's such a credit to him, he had worked his tail off. My administrative assistant, Danny Lawson, is a nutrition freak, and he's a workout guy, and I talked with Danny about what kind of plan we can do, and just talk to the kid about conditioning and what he ate. And his body I don't know if you saw him last year, but his body has changed dramatically, and he's in better shape, and he can move, and he can always catch the ball. So it's just a matter of him getting experience, not just practice experience, it's about game experience. And he was getting some minutes. We always looked at it as more like a 12 to 15-minute guy. Today we were able to extend him. And if we can do that, he gives us that larger presence on the floor, which we're going to need come Atlantic 10 time.
Your starting lineup has gotten progressively older as the season has gone on. How do you balance getting the younger guys minutes and experience while still putting out the best lineup you can?
Yeah, it's when you get your shot, you got to play well. And it's more for the guys coming off the bench. You come in and do your job. We talk about do you, be yourself. Each guy knows what their strengths and what their weaknesses are. So stay away from your weaknesses, go to your strengths. And we got to limit mistakes when we get in the game. We got to bring our intensity level up. When you come in off the bench, you'll get to play longer. But that's, I think, a part of everybody. Everybody's doing that this time of year, especially as you're getting close to league play. It starts to shrink a little bit. But I think we're still a team that, want to go by who's playing well. I think that was the case. Like, I didn't play Micah a ton in the first half. I didn't think he was playing well. Jordan Stevens was, and DC was. And then all of a sudden, Micah, played a lot in the second half because I thought he played well.
Your first 2 baskets of the game, a dunk by Dom and a layup by Darius Lewis. Is that something you emphasize going in to get the ball to the post and try to score down there?
Believe it or not, we emphasize it every game. It just doesn't always work out that we can get the finish or the bucket or the execution. So we always want to play inside out first. And again, when those guys play this way, it helps us flow better.
Was that more important as you get to the A-10 schedule?
Sure. Absolutely. Like, the big thing today, we got 27 free throws today. We've been struggling getting fouled because we haven't been playing the right way. I think we've been taking a lot of perimeter shots. We got to play more towards the basket. I think we did a good job of that tonight.
But did Micah improve into the second half? He ended up 14 points.
I think he's just more aggressive. And that's the thing with Micah. Like, I've said this before, the kid really plays the right way. So I'm trying to get him to be. I still think he should have fired a couple more shots that he didn't. I mean, I yelled at him one time, like, we turned the ball over 4 times. It's like, you're better off just firing it, shooting it, so we don't turn the ball over. That's a better possession for us. And then I think he just got a little more comfortable and got aggressive and started knocking down shots. And again, guys, it's going to be harder for Micah as we move on. Like, the kid's the best three-point shooter in the country, and everybody knows it. So there's going to be nights that teams might game plan and might be able to take him away. And that's where he needs to be a little bit more aggressive and expand his range. But he's a really good player, and he knows what he's doing.
As you head to the A-10 schedule then, next weekend, how do you see this team as you
Very, very much a work in progress. We are going to be a work in progress all year. When you have a front court that's this young and you have all these new players together, it's a work in progress. We will be better in February. We will get better every single day. We'll continue, and that's going to be our focus. There's a hell of a league. There's great players. There's great coaches, but you really got to focus on yourself, and that's what we're going to do. But I think there's a couple teams in the league that are like us this year too. Where I think last year there were a lot more senior-laden teams. I think this year there aren't as many. So we got to just keep focusing ourselves, and we're a work in progress, and we're going to, tweak things, and we'll make changes that need to be made, and we just got to keep getting better defensively. I think we're getting better defensively. Our defensive field goal percentage compared to last year is significantly better. Still got to guard the line better, although we did it today. And rebounding. And if we can do those things, we'll be able to play with everybody in the league.
The group, LG, Tyshawn, and Eric James came off the bench together. It seemed like they really clicked. Is that a group that you'd like to keep together going forward?
Yeah, you know what I like about that group? Their length. They come in with length and athleticism, and they can all score in different ways. So I think that gives us some good energy off the bench. It certainly did tonight. Tyshawn Powell's got a lot of athletic ability and a lot of talent. Just him understanding how hard he's got to play all the time, and I think he's getting better at that. I thought LG played significantly more aggressive today than he had been in the past. I think his confidence dropped a little bit. It's going to be really important. Get his confidence back as we get into league play. And Eric James, I think Eric, his future is really bright. I'm really excited about him. I think right now him figuring it out as a freshman, but he's getting better. He's a pleasure to coach every day, and he's going to be a big part of what we do down the stretch here.
It seems like Darius Lewis is a leader for the team. He's always getting really excited when other people do stuff well, and he cares about how the other players do. What does that do for getting your chemistry up and helping you guys stick together?
I think it's great. First of all, Darius is just a wonderful kid. One of the most low-maintenance human beings. Excellent student, great friend, great teammate. This team really likes each other. Like, even the guys that aren't playing a lot, like, they're really all in for each other. And that's what's made this, tough stretch. Like, this is a really good group. I love coming to work every day with these guys. They give great effort every day. They're young. They're trying to figure it out. Even on the bench, guys don't even – I ran down the bench, started trying to get the guys up to cheer more. They don't know how to cheer right yet. Like, they don't – am I allowed to stand up? Do I not stand up? Where, we've put rules in about what they're supposed to do when they come in and out of games. Just to – everything's an education. Meal tables. You got to teach the kids how to properly act and how to properly eat at pregame meal table. It's everything. When you have a young group, you got to teach them everything, including keeping the locker room clean.
Is that it? Yep.
All right, everybody have a happy New Year. Safe.
Thanks.